Alright, here we are with some Street Fighter 6 Summer Games Fest has just technically ended. I feel like there might be some stuff today, I don't know. But it's over, and wow, was it an amazing Summer Games Fest. We got Street Fighter 6 Season 2, which is going to be the main topic for today. We got Monster Hunter, we got Black Ops 6, we got Doom, we got MGS3, like, we got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I'm going to make a separate video on. We got everything. We got everything. It was really a good, not E3, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And, look, Street Fighter 6 has been out for a year, but I'm pretty sure everyone can confidently say that the past month up until now has been Street Fighter 6's golden age so far. Obviously, the game's only a year old, so it can definitely have a golden age. But I feel like from the time that Akuma released to the time where Terry releases, it's going to be the golden age for Street Fighter 6. If you don't know, Street Fighter 6 Season 2 got announced, and the characters in Season 2 are M. Bison, Terry Bogard, Mai, and Elena. If you don't know, Terry and Mai are from a fighting game series called Fatal Fury. You may more popularly know them in King of Fighters. They are both in King of Fighters. If you don't know them, then you're probably going to be one of the topics for this video for today. So yeah, for the first time in history, Street Fighter is getting guest characters, and it's getting 2 guest characters. So yeah, it's never been done before in Street Fighter. Street Fighter has never had guest characters. No, Akira is not a guest character. She's from a game that is literally canon to Street Fighter. So that's not really a guest character. Yeah, she's from a different game, but that game is a part of the Street Fighter story. So anyways, we're getting 2 guest characters in Street Fighter 6 Season 2. And then we're also getting M. Bison and Elena. And you would think that a lot of people would be happy for this. And you know what? A lot of people are happy for this. But the amount of people that are unhappy about there being guest characters in Street Fighter 6 is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of shocked at the amount of people I've seen who were unhappy about this. And here's what I gotta say. If you're unhappy about this, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be a very bold statement here. If you're unhappy about there being 2 guest characters in Street Fighter 6, I think you're just wrong. And let me explain why. Number one, most of the people that I've seen that are unhappy about this are people that literally only play Street Fighter. So I think that if you only play Street Fighter and you're unhappy about this, I think you should take a step back and play some SNK games. You know, I am a Terry fan. I play Terry in all the SNK games that I play. I played them in KOF 2002, I played them in KOF 13, I played them in KOF 14, KOF 15, Mark of the Wolves. I'm actually like a Terry player. I actually like the way Terry plays. So I'm really happy about this. And I can say that you probably would also be really happy about this if you would just play a different game for once. And just give it a shot. Because it's very obvious that the people that are making Street Fighter 6 are not just Street Fighter fans, but they're fans of fighting games in general. And they really want to show that. And I just don't think that you should be upset if they show that. Because you're probably wondering, oh, so if I'm upset about there being guest characters, right, then, you know, am I wrong for being upset that we're not getting Street Fighter characters? And here's what I would say to you. If you are upset that we aren't getting Street Fighter characters, I really want you to think about this. I want you to think about what would happen if those characters were Street Fighter characters instead of Fatal Fury characters. Do you know what would happen? Now let's be honest here, okay? Let's not lie to ourselves here. This is something that I've been complaining about since before Street Fighter 6 came out. The Street Fighter 6 roster is very safe and not that exciting. What I mean is, I think Zangief, I think E Honda, I think Blanca, and I think Dalsim are all characters that just should not be in the game. I think that they are all characters where there are more interesting characters that could have been chosen. I believe Zangief is pretty popular, so I'm not surprised he's in the game, but I do think there are cooler grapplers than Zangief. Dalsim is not that popular. I don't know why he's in the game. Blanca, nobody plays Blanca unless you're just really old or you just want to win, because no one is a genuine fan of Blanca. The only reason people ended up playing Blanca in Street Fighter 6 is because he was super good. That's the only reason why people play Blanca. Because I know not a single person was like, yeah, Blanca's back. Same for E Honda, although E Honda isn't really that good, but most people can admit that the Street Fighter 6 roster is not the most exciting, and that also applies to the DLC characters as well. Season 1 DLC is Rashid, Aki, Ed, and Akuma. So, Aki is technically a Street Fighter V character because she's kind of like Fang. She plays completely different. All three of these characters play completely different, by the way. But they are all technically Street Fighter V characters, although Aki is a new character, but she's kind of based off a Street Fighter V character. So what I'm trying to say is that they added 3 characters from Street Fighter V. You know, arguably one of the least, you know, liked Street Fighter games. And Ed is one of the least liked Street Fighter characters of all time. And then, you know, the last character they added was Akuma. Don't get me wrong, Akuma is absolutely a fan favorite, but he should just be in the game anyways. So, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, in Season 2 they added M. Bison, and I know a lot of people are not happy about M. Bison. What I'm trying to say is that if you think that Street Fighter characters should be there instead of Fatal Fury characters, I want you to really reconsider that. Because look at the choices they made when it came to Street Fighter characters. Look at the characters that are in this game. Now, are you going to sit here and confidently tell me that if those characters were Street Fighter characters instead of Fatal Fury characters, that they would be characters that would make you happy? Let's be honest, you're probably going to answer no to that. Because, let's be real, would any of us be surprised if instead of Terry, they added Rufus or something like that? Because that's the way they've been choosing these Street Fighter 6 characters. They are very odd picks. They're either very odd picks or they're very safe picks. So, I want you to really think about that. If you're upset about there being guest characters, I want you to think, if they weren't guest characters, what are the chances that they are actually characters that would make me happy? And the chances are probably pretty low considering how this game has been going. And you know what? I want to make this very clear. Even though the characters in this game may be lame, they are more fun than they've ever been. You know, Ed might be a bit of a loser. He might be a bit of a dork. But let's be honest, he is pretty fun to play. And that applies to mostly everyone in this game. But, with that being the case, wouldn't you rather it be Terry than Rufus? You get what I'm saying? Because we know that Terry is a fun character. We know that Street Fighter 6 is a fun game, so Terry is going to do absolutely crazy things in this game. And Terry is a very liked character. So wouldn't you rather it be Terry than they go ahead and add Rufus to the game, or some, like, Street Fighter 1 character. Like, don't you get what I'm saying? So, if you're unhappy about this, I want you to really consider that. And I also want you to go and play an SNK game. Because, again, a lot of people, are, including me, are happy about this. But there are people who are not happy about this. And I want you to really just play a different game for once. Because if you've played the game, if you've played KOF or Fatal Fury, chances are that you really like the way Maya plays, or you really like the way Terry plays. You're gonna like the way that one of them plays, for sure. So, yeah, just appreciate what's happening. Appreciate what their inclusion means for Street Fighter and Capcom, right? A lot of people aren't really thinking about what their inclusion means. So, number one, they are the first guest characters in a Street Fighter game ever. Number two, their very inclusion confirms that Capcom and SNK are 100% okay with working with each other. Meaning that it is 1,000,000% possible that we will get a CVS collection in the future, as well as potentially a new CVS game altogether. Right? That's not crazy to say anymore, because there are quite literally, Street Fighter 6 is a mini Capcom versus SNK now. Literally. So, it is 100% possible for that to happen now in the future. And that is literally just because they put those characters into Street Fighter 6. Them literally just existing in Street Fighter 6 makes all of that possible now. And that's why it's just such a really cool thing. So yeah, and if you don't know, by the way, I mean, this game is not slowing down. M. Bison comes out in less than 2 weeks. So, overall, I'm super excited for Street Fighter 6 Season 2. I think it's way better than Season 1. It is literally a dream come true. You know, I have been very critical of this game's roster since before the game even came out. And I just gotta say that this makes me extremely happy. And it should make you happy, and if it doesn't make you happy, then maybe it's because you haven't played SNK games before. So I urge you to go do that. They're not very expensive. You can play, you know, I recommend KOF 2002, I recommend Garo Mark of the Wolves, I recommend KOF 15, I recommend KOF 13. Any one of those games is, I mean, they're all very different games, but they're all very fun. Just play one of them, and you'll probably be more happy about their inclusion into KOF, or Street Fighter, my bad. Yeah, just absolutely mind-blowing dream come true season. And I hope that this season leads to more in the future, whether it's a CVS collection, whether it's a new CVS game, whether Ryu and Ken end up in City of the Wolves. I really do hope that happens. I hope that this crossover is a two-way crossover, and I hope the new Fatal Fury game actually has Street Fighter characters in it. That would be amazing. Yeah. I'm super happy with what Capcom is doing with this game. I love it. I love the direction they're going. Finally, you know, I've been super, like I said, critical of this game's roster, but they're going a great way. And here's the thing, even though I just said all about that stuff about characters being overused, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I actually like Bison. Bison is one of the most overused characters in Street Fighter history, but I actually like Bison, so I'm actually happy that he's coming back, and I'm actually excited that I get to play him. But I do realize that it's very hypocritical of me to say, considering what I just said about, you know, Dawson, E. Honda, Zangief, Blanca. But at least Bison's cool, so, you know. Overall, Summer Games Fest was amazing. This Street Fighter news was, I mean, literally 1 in a million. It was perfect. So I can't wait, and I hope that if you are one of the people that are not happy about this, I hope that you really think about what I said about, you know, the chances of it being a character that you would have liked anyways are extremely low, considering how this game's history has been so far. And I think that you should just play an SNK game. That's what I think you should do. Because this is truly something that is amazing. And the fact that people are upset about it, some people are upset about it, makes me sad, because that makes me realize that there are people that don't appreciate and don't realize how amazing this is. And that right there is just, that's a no-no. Everyone should really appreciate and realize how absolutely perfect this is. So yeah, just amazing, literally just amazing all around. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing Bison when he comes out. I'm excited for Bison. I think his new design is really cool. I'm gonna be there day one for Terry, you already know. Mai I'm a little iffy on, because I never played Mai in KOF or Fatal Fury. I was never interested in Mai, but I'm definitely gonna play her. I just don't know if I really like the way Mai plays. But yeah, just, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. And Elena, I've never played Elena in Street Fighter 3, mainly because I thought she was kind of just really annoying to play, like the way her combos work. And Street Fighter 4, she was a nightmare. So, but I am happy that Elena's back. That's one of those picks that makes me happy, even if I don't play Elena, because it's actually a good, unique, surprising pick. I do really enjoy that. So overall, we have a good future for this game. I'm going to be uploading a Sparking Zero video soon, talking about some things with that game. I'm also excited for that game, even though it's an arena, anime arena fighter. I'm very excited for that game. And then obviously Lydia's coming out sometime in Tekken. Tekken needs to speed up their content, because they're pulling a Street Fighter 6. Anyways, like, sub, and yeah, stay tuned for all of that. Peace.